Hello, this is Running Robert, and today we're going to be talking about the Geron Corporation GERN summary for the 2nd of January 2024. This is definitely one of the hot stocks that we're going to be looking at for 2024 with stuff coming up. So I generally follow small cap pharma, I do games, I do a little bit of everything. So hey, if you like what I'm doing, please like and subscribe. It helps out a lot, and thank you. Disclaimer is I do own shares in the company. I'm an amateur investor, and any advice given should be followed up by your own due diligence. And any information given is valid for today, the 2nd of January 2024, and the slideshow will not be updated. When we get new news, new slideshows. Pretty simple. So let's look at this investment thesis. So I believe this is really a medium risk, medium reward type of company. And I believe that because the drug data is solid. However, the market cap for this company is already fairly high. So again, I don't see like this company going to like 10, but I definitely could see a 4 in the thing, which would be, 100% or very close to it. So that's kind of where we're in this little medium risk, medium reward kind of area. So the PDUFA is the 16th of June, 2024. The EU is expected to make their decision by the end of 2024. They said there will be an Adcom. That is unknown date at the moment, but that's generally 4 to 6 weeks before the PDUFA is common. So we're going to be looking for that April, May kind of thing. The company is going into a part where there's enough market for their drug for 2 sets of things. We'll also get another set of data in 2025, but we'll briefly talk about that. So I believe if the company hits its low sales guidance, it's going to be a break-even company, and then, of course, worth a lot more as we're waiting for more data to come in. Will there be an Adcom? It is something they always say. A lot of times the FDA will say, hey, we're going to have an Adcom, and then they don't. The data is solid for this drug. Like, I don't believe it's going to be a data issue. However, questions can always be brought up mainly related to safety and discontinuation rates for adverse events. I would not be also surprised if BMS and Merck try to weigh the board a little bit. They have a first-line treatment, but right now, Geron's drug is going to be a second-line treatment. However, I could see it maybe getting upgraded in the future. And when I say weigh the board a little bit, it's if we've listened to enough advisory committees, especially if you've been following me since Ardelyx, you know that there are just people who are on that board and they just have they seem like they have an agenda. They seem like they do not want this to be approved because it's going to interfere with something. It's looking back, it's very easy to see, but you don't know what's going to happen. And of course, if 2 people or 3 people are on that board and they're doing that, they might push maybe more the more uncertain people towards their side. That's what's supposed to happen. Of course, using Ardelyx, we had 2 people who were vehemently against the approval for it, but everyone else looked at the data and said, oh, this is really not even a question. So, with all that out of the way, I would also not be surprised if they don't have an Adcom based on the data. Like I said, the data is solid. This is a second-line treatment for people who have either stopped discontinuation rate for the first line or it stopped working. So, yeah. So, patient size and options. So, of course, there's 2 things that they're going for. The low MDS. I am not going to try to say all of these. Don't worry about it. And the relapsed refractory MF. They're both types of cancers that affect the blood. Both had limited treatment options as first-line treatments. As first-line treatments either stop working or are discontinued. So, pretty much what you have is your first-line treatments. Most of those at some point they just stop working. I mean, that's pretty much how it goes. So then they go to the second-line treatments. Both have widely large sale ranges, as little as 200 million to 1.2 for low MDS, and then 200 million to 1.8 for relapsed refractory MF. So sales can go anywhere between 400 million and 3 billion. That's a very nice sales range, which again, if you look at the low range of that, which is 400 million for both or 200 for one, at that point, we are in pretty good shape with that. So the cash at the end of the third quarter, 2023, the company had about 382 million. The net loss in quarter 3, 2023 was about 44.8. The company should begin the year with 337 million. Most likely, we will see costs likely will go up as they bring in the full sales force towards mid-year. So again, it looks like enough cash, but again, they're going to be ramping up the sales force. The company has stated it has cash through the third quarter of 2025, so they should get a full year of sales in there. Would that be enough? We're not sure, and we're going to find out. So what's the plan going forward for me and for the updates for this channel? So for 2024, the biggest pieces of news are going to be the Adcom and the BDUFA. Now, saying that, there's a decent short interest in GERN. It's a little under 10%, but I just put 10%, which means we might see a fair amount of shenanigans with shorts trying to control the stock. So when I say that, I mean like large drops for no reason, just days that are weird, I think is the best way to put it. You're like, why is this down 10, 20% for absolutely no reason? Those are probably short days. I do not expect to see any cash raises until after the PDUFA. And my plan for updates is going to be on important news, Adcom pre and post, if they have it, and then PDUFA pre and post. And we're going to really talk about what we're going to be looking at and kind of what the plan is for buying, selling, or holding from there. And of course, we will talk about any wild things. If I do see something that's just completely odd and we can piece together what's going on, I will give you that update and information too. So hopefully this helped you. Happy 2024. So hopefully our investing year, it starts off with a nice little bang here. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.